Hello and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Recap, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest for asylum seekers and those wanting to stay up to date on immigration news. This week, we're discussing the U.S. plans to extend spy laws to cover immigrants. Texas sees a surge in chase-related deaths under new immigration policy. 100,000 immigrant children are stuck due to a glitch. Activists in Colorado march to support immigrant rights legislation. A journalist secures asylum after 15-year struggle. I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. All right, let's get to the news. First up, U.S. lawmakers are proposing to extend Section 702 surveillance, traditionally used for national security, to immigrants and their families. The bill, supported by both Democratic and Republican members of Congress, aims to apply the same stringent vetting procedures used for suspected terrorists to those seeking green cards, asylum, and visas. Section 702, which allows the government to wiretap foreigners' communications without a warrant, even when they're in contact with people in the U.S., has been criticized for its broad reach and privacy implications. The program's expansion raises alarms about the rights of immigrants and their American relatives, potentially subjecting them to invasive government scrutiny. Critics argue this would encumber the already strained immigration system and erode privacy rights. Intelligence leaders insist the program's extension is vital for national security. The debate intensifies as Congress races to reauthorize Section 702 before its expiration in January 2024. And up next for update number 2. Human Rights Watch reports a dramatic rise in deaths and injuries from high-speed chases in Texas, particularly since the inception of Governor Abbott's Operation Lone Star, which aims to arrest unauthorized migrants. The study, analyzing Texas Department of Public Safety data from March 2021 to July 2023, unveils a 45% surge in fatalities and injuries resulting from these pursuits, highlighting a case where a 7-year-old girl was among the 74 killed and 189 injured. This increase coincides with Operation Lone Star, aimed at border protection, leading to more frequent and high-velocity chases, primarily for traffic violations. With average speeds reaching 91 miles per hour and a third exceeding 100, these chases have also caused significant property damage, especially in border communities like El Paso County. While acknowledging Texas's border crisis, the report questions the state's policy on high-speed chases, suggesting a review and possible restrictions. All right, it's time for our third immigration update. A staggering 100,000 immigrant children are caught in legal limbo due to a flaw in U.S. immigration law. These children, eligible for special immigrant juvenile status due to abandonment, abuse, or neglect, face an unexpected hurdle. A technical glitch in the system, which merges their visa needs with those seeking employment-based green cards, has created a massive backlog. As a result, these vulnerable youth are trapped in foster care, vulnerable to labor exploitation, and unable to access federal student aid for education. A recent report, False Hopes, over 100,000 immigrant youth trapped in the SIJS backlog, reveals this growing crisis, affecting children from 151 countries across all 50 states. Advocates urge Congress to amend the Protect Vulnerable Immigrant Youth Act to exempt these youth from visa caps and call on the Biden administration to provide immediate relief. By the way, if you want to stay updated on asylum and immigration reform news, then be sure to press the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss the next video. Okay, moving on, we're ready for update number 4. In a bold move to champion immigrant rights, dozens embarked on a 60-mile march from Denver, Colorado to Greeley, seeking Democratic Representative Yadira Caravello's attention. This 4-day trek, led by the Colorado Immigration Rights Coalition, culminated at Caravello's office on Monday. Their mission, to rally support for H.R. 1511, a pivotal bill proposing an updated citizenship pathway for long-term U.S. residents. This legislation promises citizenship for millions, provided they've lived in the U.S. for over 7 years, marking a significant shift from the current law, which limits legal residency to pre-1972 entrants. Caravello, who is the last Democrat from Colorado yet to endorse the bill, wasn't present to greet the marchers. However, her staff acknowledged their efforts, and Caravello affirmed her support for citizenship pathways and ongoing dialogues on immigrant rights, highlighting a crucial moment in the fight for immigration reform. And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week. In a pivotal moment for press freedom, Emilio Gutierrez Soto, a Mexican journalist threatened for exposing military corruption, has won his 15-year U.S. asylum battle. Celebrated at the National Press Club, his victory highlights the plight of journalists in peril. Advocates urge for stronger protections and faster asylum processes, suggesting specialized immigration judges and legal support networks. Gutierrez Soto's journey, involving a wrongful deportation ruling and separation from his son, symbolizes the challenges faced by journalists seeking refuge. The case spotlights the need for heightened media focus and legal reforms to safeguard press freedoms. This triumph for Gutierrez Soto not only marks a personal victory, but also ignites a vital discussion on improving U.S. policies for at-risk journalists, emphasizing the value of quick, fair legal proceedings in such crucial cases. And that concludes this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can assist you in securing your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.